Oh, I gotta go with my boy Miles Morales here. And I'm looking forward to seeing the animation battle because I heard this one was top tier by Death Battle. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I've been reacting to their content for a minute now, but I realized I'm reacting to a lot of their 8 to 10-year, 7-year-old, 5-year-old videos that I haven't really, not a lot. Yeah, I haven't really reacted to their recent stuff. So maybe it wasn't just this, but maybe their other recent stuff actually looks really good too. I gotta check that out. But yeah, anyway, Miles Morales. Well, let me just be real here. I love Spider-Man, but I also don't know much of My Hero Academia, so I'll be going blind voting for him. I'm gonna go with Miles Morales because I know him. I know Spider-Man, both versions. So anyway, let's get right into it. I heard that this animation is really good. I saw this video up a little over 24 hours ago, but my rule is if I'm gonna react to someone else's videos, I like to give it 24 hours. I want that person, whoever that is that made it, like Death Battles for example, I want them to get all that 24-hour traction. In case you don't know how YouTube works, that's usually the best time to get your revenue and all that stuff. You can get it later, but it's better in that 24 hours. So out of respect, it's a habit I like to grow now. I know I'm not a big YouTuber right now, but when I do, I will always have that routine in my head, just out of respect for the creator. So anyway, let's get right into it. Ooh, hold up. Oh, that's the animation? Wait. Oh, that's gonna be good, bro. That look like a... All right, hold up. Let me turn this up. Who you going for? Let me know in the comments. Wait, this guy has like spider webs too, or it's like a grappling hook?
A death battle. All right, let's take this from the top again. This is Peter Parker. He was bitten by a radioactive spider, and for who knows how long, he's been the one and only Spider-Man.
We know about our boy Pete.
Neighbor to all of New York City. In a universe filled with super soldiers, hulking green Goliaths, and world-shattering gods, Spider-Man is there to look out for the little guy.
But in a multiverse of infinite possibilities, that doesn't always last forever. Like in Universe 1610, when NYC's webhead got iced on the job.
The city was left without its protector. But fortunately, Peter wasn't the only one who got bit. Enter Miles Morales.
I ain't gonna shot. I'm sorry. Bad English. I was shocked when I saw the first Spider-Verse movie that they actually showed Spider-Man dying. You know, with animation, they like to usually cut that off for the kids. But no, they actually showed Spider-Man die for Miles Morales to grow in his universe. I was surprised. I thought it'd be something, you know, you hear on the news, but you don't really see the action happen. Nah, they went with it. And shout out to them because that's what happened in this story. So, you know, don't be shunning it. And they didn't. So shout out to them.
Place in the world. And now he had it thrust upon him.
The canon event to start all canon events. Now it was Miles'.
I heard that they're delaying the third one. It's like, bro, how long are you gonna delay that? I'm ready to see the conclusion of the Spider-Verse.
A genetics enhancing serum that granted Miles superhuman strength, speed, and the ability to alter his body's electron attraction to crawl along any surface.
And you can't forget that classic spider sense, an internal warning system that lets Miles know about incoming threats so he can react ahead of time. He even got an upgrade that acts like a radar, letting him see through stuff.
But no Spider-Person is complete without their web shooters. Given to him by Peter's Aunt May, these webs have all sorts of applications between swinging, grabbing, restraining, projectiling, and being made into constructs.
Not having Peter around to show him the ropes made things a lot tougher though. And between mishaps with wall crawling and web slinging, Miles got off to a rocky start.
Like any typical teenager, he had a lot of self-doubt. Could he keep up in school? What was the right way to talk to girls?
And how could he live up to being Spider-Man when one of the villains he had to face turned out to be his very own uncle? Makes family dinner so awkward. All that, trying to kill you stuff.
Fortunately, Miles had a leg up on every other superhero known to man.
Living parents! Better yet, loving parents. They supported him when things got tough, even if they didn't always see eye to eye. And thanks to them, he learned that the best way to be Spider-Man wasn't to do it like Peter, but to do it his
I forgot. Does his parents know he's Spider-Man? I forgot about that part in the movie. I can't remember if his parents know him as Spider-Man.
And Venom. Not like Tom Hardy, though it is weird to give your main power the same name as one of your bad guys. Come on, Spidey, branding is important.
Miles can harness his own bioelectric energy and weaponize it, which is especially effective against individuals with
Yeah,
genetic
stuff like this, it always makes me hard. It always makes it hard for me to decide if I had the choice to be Spider-Man, which one would I choose? Because I love that ability that Miles have. I love Peter Parker, but honestly, like they said, like how it was talking about his Spidey sense, how it's like an upgrade. His abilities do seem like an upgrade. Because let me think, what does Peter have that Miles don't? Strength, the agility, no. I think Miles has everything that Peter has. It's just he has a little bit more abilities, and the one like the spider sense is upgraded. So I guess it does make sense. Am I missing something with Peter? No, I don't think so. I think Miles has everything Peter Parker has. Miles has more. So saying that out loud made me realize that no, I would choose Miles Morales. Now, obviously, the maturity, the smartness of Peter, I would take. But still, powers-wise, I got to go with Miles. If I'm missing something of Peter, let me know.
You can even make electric constructs out of this stuff, like biowebbing and a damn sword. Jeez, what kind of spider was this?
It's not entirely science fiction. Studies have shown that certain species of spiders, such as the Linnaeus, have a process known as ballooning. By spinning a thread of their silk, they can use the Earth's natural electric fields to fly, traveling up to hundreds of miles. No
I did not know that.
Well, whatever kind of bite it was, it gave Miles the edge he needed to find
That
his
was
worth
such a
as
cool scene
Spider-Man.
with the
Miles
music
can
in the
dodge
background.
gunshots, missiles, and lightning bolts. He survived all sorts of beatings, including a building exploding on top of him.
Oh, geez, Spidey could lift buildings and dodge light speed attacks, and Miles is more than a match for him.
Like the time he absorbed the energy of a bomb that was going to vaporize Harlem. A blast that would have equaled 15 million tons of TNT.
He's gotten kudos from a ton of older heroes too, becoming a member of the New Ultimates and the Avengers. He even helped form the Champions, a team of teenage superheroes with the likes of Miss Marvel and Ironheart.
The king of Wakanda himself even suited him up with some Wakandan vibranium.
The same stuff as T'Challa's own suit.
Nice.
This super rare and tough metal can absorb kinetic energy and vibrational impacts.
It helps to regulate Miles's venom powers too, allowing him to better control his electrical output.
The vibranium is thinner to better fit his acrobatic fighting style, but it can still shake off most fatal attacks like they're nothing. This stuff is tough enough that Deadpool's swords have shattered against it.
Though it's not as durable as, say, Captain America's shield, and enough kinetic energy will overload it.
Don't be near it when it does, or you'll end up like the Falcon here when he used his vibranium wings to stop a bomb that was gonna blow up New York City. That's twice now. Does any other city have to deal with this stuff?
But when vibranium and spider powers still aren't enough, Miles can push his electrical output into overdrive.
Giving him huge boosts in strength and speed, and making him a whole lot zappier.
Yeah, I love that ability.
Power up, and he knows it too. He's a bit of a
That was a
weeb,
cool
and,
little addition. Whoever wrote Miles Morales first, that was a cool little addition to add to
Miles has
him.
more than managed to live up to his predecessor. No longer standing in the shadow, but side by side.
Literally, his universe got blown up and he was sent to the main 616 timeline, along with his family. And now it's him and
I
Peter
forgot
as a
about
pair
that.
of Spider
Wow.
Bros.
He's even become one of the big players of the Spider-Verse, teaming up with all sorts of other spider variants to defend the multiverse.
There's anime spider people, robot spider people, dinosaur spider people, spider people, a whole lot of them, each with their own way of getting the job done.
They did a great job with those movies. That's why I'm so tired of these delays, bro. It's already been, I think, 3 years
This is what
since the
Stan Lee
second
was
one.
proudest
Wait,
of in his favorite superhero.
Wait, what?
Regardless of who they were, any
There's anime spider people, robot spider people, dinosaur spider people, spider people, a whole lot of them, each with their own way of getting the job done. Miles even led them into battle against the Inheritors, a bunch of interdimensional vampire assholes.
This is what Stan Lee was proudest of in his favorite superhero. Regardless of who they were, any sort of person could wear the mask and do the right thing. For so long as we stay true to ourselves.
I didn't read the whole thing, but I saw the first part said it was accidental.
Be a hero.
That's a great accident to have.
But what is a hero? To the citizens of Japan,
I gotta
there was
watch
no
that
one
show,
more
bro.
synonymous with the word
Every time I
than a
see little
single
clips of this, it always interests me.
The big
I just gotta make time for it, that's
With
all.
a smile on his face, he could save anyone and win any fight, no matter what.
This and Demon Slayer, I gotta check that out
After a battle
too.
with his arch nemesis, All for One, All Might was grievously injured. His time as a beacon of hope was coming to an end, and he would need to find someone to pass on the torch.
In this world, most human beings evolved to have their own individual superpowers, or quirks, but not everyone is lucky enough to get one. Like this kid named Izuku Midoriya, or as local bully Bakugo like to call him, the good-for-nothing Deku.
Izuku wanted to save people just like All Might, but even his idol told him that he would have to give up on his dream.
Dang.
Forever the beta male in the shadow of Bakugo and his Sigma quirk, until he got the chance to alpha up and lend his rival a helping hand, proving himself worthy of All Might's
Makes sense why he's the
And
main
so
character.
after
That's
months
a
of
cool
training,
story arc to
Izuku
have.
was granted All Might's quirk, One for All. This power allows him to boost his strength to incredible heights, using it for smashing attacks named after specific US locales, and a soccer club.
Or football, as they call it.
Straight punches, spikes, even finger flicks, One for All is the ultimate in strength-enhancing quirks.
The first time he used it, Izuku destroyed this giant robot in a single blow, on accident. Too bad it wasn't the only thing he destroyed, though. Damn, that looks like it hurts.
One for All's power
I
was
say
so
his
great
skin
that
ripped
the
out of his
recoil
hand.
would
Goodness
shatter
gracious.
Izuku's limbs when he used it. In the hands of an improper vessel, One for All could cause their body to explode. So Izuku would need to continuously train to master it at his Hero Academia.
Say that again.
UA High.
Here he'd be inspired by girly pop Uraraka to turn his zero name into his hero name, becoming the Deku who always does his best.
Something that he may have taken too far.
When it came to saving people, Do Your Best here had a bad habit of putting others way before
Ooh,
himself.
goodness.
Sure, everyone else was okay, but he'd be good for nothing all over again if he got himself paralyzed.
So to cut down on his hospital bill, he developed full cowling. Instead of using his quirk in short bursts, he would continuously spread the energy across his body at low percentages, using it for acrobatics inspired by Bakugo's explosive movements.
And with that new thinking came
These
a new
animations
fighting
look really
style,
good for this show,
shoot
too.
Style. To use a stronger limb that'd be less likely to break, Deku took a page from Nerd Emoji Ida's book and switched to focusing on kicks to pack in more of a punch. Yeah.
And that power would be needed. After a climactic battle with All for One, All Might would be forced into retirement, just a few months into Deku's training. Now it was his turn to face this demon lord.
But he didn't have to do it alone. Just as All Might had passed One for All onto Deku, it had been passed onto All Might by his master, and onto her by her master. One for All was a power that was built upon for generations.
The quirks of the previous users of One for All manifested in Deku, along with their spirits, or vestiges, to help him in his battle against All for One.
Black Whip gives him energy tendrils to swing around and restrain foes. They can also brace his arms and manually control his muscles if he can't move.
Float allows him to soar high into the sky. By combining it with controlled blasts of pressurized air,
I wonder
he
with
can
the
effectively
Spidey sense of Miles Morales, how is that going to factor against Deku?
No, it's mostly like an alarm bell and doesn't tell him specifics like location.
Because as impressive as this is, my question is how.
Familiar?
Smokescreen
Oh wait,
lets
what?
him,
The question
soar
is, how
high
is
into the
Deku
sky.
going to get through the
By
spider
combining it
sense?
with controlled blasts of pressurized air, he can effectively fly.
Danger Sense detects incoming threats and unease, letting Deku react in advance. Though it's mostly like an alarm bell and doesn't tell him specifics like location or number of threats. Familiar?
Smokescreen
okay,
lets him,
gotcha.
create a smokescreen. But he can use it at full blast to create a bigger smokescreen.
That's swell and all, but the real meat is in Fajin. After building up kinetic energy within his body, Deku can unleash it for bursts of strength and speed.
All
He's
these
combined it with
abilities.
Black Whip to create the powerful Black Chain binding attack, and can use it in conjunction with full cowling to achieve foe 100%, equaling All Might's full level of power without any recoil.
He once used it to outspeed a bullet shot by Lady Nagant, a former hero turned villain who has a sniper rifle for an arm. I think I'm in love.
Nagant's bullet once crossed a distance of around 215 kilometers within a fraction of a second. That's 67.
I mean, yeah, she's a good sniper, but that must stink to have a gun as an arm.
The bullet seemed like it was standing still.
And he can go even faster than that with his final quirk, Gear Shift.
By touching a target, he can control its speed without abiding by the laws of inertia. He can slow down foes to leave them frozen in the air, or move so fast he can punch multiple times in an instant.
Even All For One's own
That
protege,
might
Shigaraki, couldn't
can
track
get through
him.
the
And
spider
this is a
sense
dude
of
who
Miles
can catch
Morales.
light-speed laser beam.
It does
Maybe.
have a time limit though. After 5 minutes of continuous use, Deku's body will catch up to his speed, suffocating him as his cells become unable to take in oxygen.
It's always
Not
that
nearly as
weakness,
bad as
weak
One
spot.
For All was suffocating him though. He's been doing all of this shit in just the 10th grade. I hadn't even figured out you could breathe through your nose at that point.
The pressure of having to save his friends, the country, the entire world weighed on Deku. So he left UA to fight this war alone.
But alone was never where Deku fought best. Having come from nothing, his admiration for his peers gave him strength, just as they admired his strength and desire to help others. Even Bakugo came around to him.
So
Yeah,
when
I
it
gotta
came
check
time
this
to
show out
finally
big
put that
time.
Demon Lord back in
Should I
the
do
game,
this one or
let's
Demon
teach
Slayer
him
first?
all
Which one should I
the
do first?
enemy and everyone
I
else
saw the
who
Demon Slayer
wanted
movies
to
coming out in
shoot him.
September, but
Because
which one should I do
was
first?
the
Let me
greatest
know.
threat to All For One's reign all along.
Not All Might, not Deku, not even One For All itself. Just people helping each other out. And with their help, Deku defeated All For One once and for all, blowing a hole in this huge storm and parting the skies for a brighter future.
Though he did lose his quirk and have to retire from hero work, getting a regular 9 to 5 as a teacher, passing on his knowledge to the next generation, just like every user of One For All before him.
Some might say he peaked in high school, if not for the sick new armor he eventually got to go back to kicking butt. He even made it all the way back near the top of the rankings.
All with the help of his friends. For so long as we keep reaching out our hands to help those in need, everyone can be a hero. All right, the combatants are.
I'm sticking with Miles Morales.
Through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
I just saw that little clip there of Jump Force. Bro, that game, that was such a huge miss. I love that game. All right, here we go.
Yo, you're more man and less spider than usual.
This animation's top tier, bro. I love
Care to
it.
show me what you can do?
All right, new guy. First lesson: don't watch the mouth.
That's
Watch
cool.
the hands.
Now watch mine, Delaware!
Let's try that one more time.
Just glide in the air, bro. If only that was actually real. You can do that.
Guess who?
I can't use my full power here. Gotta take this somewhere else. Oh, gross!
You got
Uh-oh.
skills, man. I like that. Oh, mierda.
Could have used his other arm for the spider web. Yeah, I see what people are saying with these animations. This is probably the best I've seen so far.
Because I always do my best!
Yeah, this might be the best animation battle I've seen yet. From Death Battles I'm talking about.
If I'm gonna do my best,
Dude, look how that looks.
I gotta do my own thing.
Sarah was right. Your quirk is amazing.
Amazing is my buddy. They call me the ultimate Spider-Man.
That is sick.
Shock absorption, not nullification. So, it's got a limit.
I'm going to watch this battle a couple times. This is what I'm talking about for an animation battle.
Death Bang!
Go beyond!
Is this it right here? Whoever loses this loses the battle. Dang.
Spider-Man, you really are the ultimate.
KO! Vaya con Dios!
Wait, so Spider-Man died there or what? Or was that him just... hold on. So... So he got hit. Oh, so Miles died from that. From what it looks like. Hold on.
Spider-Man, you really are the ultimate.
I want some more explanation on this. Hold on, let's see this.
Vaya con Dios! Aranya Hoven!
Let's start by talking about their superpowers, which matched up quite evenly. Unsurprisingly, given the not-so-subtle inspiration for Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the other.
The Spider Sense gave Miles more insight on his surroundings and threats than Danger Sense, which has been worked around before.
This meant Miles' invisibility was harder for Danger Sense to detect when he wasn't attacking, while the Spider Sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him advantages of his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fa-Jin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom did. Since both had some advantages and disadvantages, we're gonna call superpowers a tie.
Next up, speed. Scaling to Peter, Miles could dodge light speed attacks, which actually outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku though, that wasn't his best.
Thanks to Gear Shift, Deku could speed himself up to match Miles the same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki. Even worse for Spidey, one touch from Gear Shift could freeze him in place and make dodging totally impossible. So speed goes to Deku.
As for skill, Deku was incredibly talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming up with strategies on the fly.
But
Miles' powers and fighting style gave Deku few immediate openings.
Deku may have received more formal training at UA, but he was ultimately only active in hero work for a little under a year.
Meanwhile, Miles has been handling everything from neighborhood crooks to multiverse-ending gods for significantly longer.
It's close, but with his greater experience, skill goes to Miles, and that means the biggest deciding factor is raw strength.
And that was no contest. Miles absorbing the energy of that bomb was nothing to scoff at, but overwhelming power is what One For All is all about.
When Deku defeated All For One, the energy needed to part those clouds with his punch had a yield of 362 billion tons of TNT, smashing the bomb Miles absorbed out of the water.
But it wasn't as simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all. So the question wasn't necessarily who was stronger, it was if Miles' suit was tough enough to continuously absorb Deku's blows.
When the Falcon protected New York from that city-destroying blast, it had a yield of 546 megatons. Impressive, but Deku defeating All For One was still over 600 times stronger than vibranium's limit.
And Deku did that with One For All's embers, not the full package.
And remember, the vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther had.
I get it now,
making
how he
it
died.
unlikely
Okay.
It could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all of what Deku could dish out.
Okay.
In this superpowered battle, it was Izuku's overwhelming speed and immense strength that made him the winning hero.
And the morales of the story is...
The winner is Deku.
All right.
Next time
That was still
on
cool. Oh, who's
Death
next?
Battle.
Godzilla versus Hulk? Oh wait.
Subscribe and join
Oh, that should be good. I'm going for Hulk on that one. I love Godzilla, but Hulk who can contend with Superman, I don't think Godzilla has that one. Unless there's something about Godzilla I don't know. Godzilla's the type of monster that Hulk will enjoy fighting against. You know, kind of like the Avengers movie or like Thor Ragnarok when he was fighting the big dude. I can see that, but no, ain't no but. I will go for Hulk on that one. But anyway, that was really good. That anime, I'm gonna watch that battle again. That was, I see why y'all said this was probably the best one. For me, it is the best animation that I've seen so far. I haven't seen every death battle, but this one, Probably the best animation battle I've seen in their channel. So did I like it? I did. Okay, I'll put the original video in the description below. Definitely go support them. But yeah, that was really good. They did a really good job with that. All right, well, let me know what y'all think. I'll see you later.